Hey everyone, this is Kit Cabela of hardlensmedia. We are wrapping up combating against corporate America and building a new America here at Union Hall on South Ashland Avenue. I'm joined here today with the Chicago Teachers Union President, Karen Lewis. Karen, thank you so much for joining Media.
Thank you for having me.
So essentially, there's a lot of issues affecting the city of Chicago and Illinois as a whole. Let's address the one issue, that's education. The budgetary crisis that was between Governor Bruce Rauner and Speaker of the House Michael Madigan has really left a lasting scar here in our state, and it's going to take some time for us to recover. But there's now talk about the fact that a lot of the schools across Illinois, and specifically also here in Cook County, are going to be denied resources. Essentially, what needs to be done to really protect our public schools and the teachers that are providing the necessary tools and education for our students?
Well, we need to have honest conversations about revenue first and foremost. And we need a progressive income tax in Illinois. But a lot of us are very wary about trying to open up the Constitution for that because they want to also be able to get rid of our pensions. They want to not pay pensions to public service workers if the budget gets bad. And they can always manipulate those budget numbers. So we need to have watchdogs at every level paying attention to what's going on with the money. What's going on? Where's it going? How is it being disseminated? So the key is revenue, revenue, revenue.
Now, there's a lot of voters, especially here in Illinois, that are really wary of trusting both Democrats and Republicans because it seems that no matter what, in the long history of Illinois, there's just nothing but a long line of corruption. So for the 2018 election cycle, specifically for the governor candidates, what specifically do you want to see each of the Democratic candidates and maybe the Republican candidate actually say in regards to providing relief for the people of Illinois?
I think they need to present a vision. And I think that's I don't think parties are important anymore. There's only one party in America, and it's the party of money. And there are just two branches, it seems like. So the key is, how do we take money out of politics and put real vision and hope for the future back into politics? So I think what we're seeing is a lot of younger people being more engaged politically, and I think that's extraordinarily important.
Now, quite clear that here in the city of Chicago, we have Mayor Emanuel and his administration, and of course, with the TIF funds, they're able to reallocate resources to downtown city of Chicago and other key tourist locations, whereas low-income minority communities are being denied resources, and that in turn leads for a lot of the schools to being shut down. Is there really any kind of real hope for reform here in the city of Chicago? And can Mayor Emanuel or even Governor Bruce Rauner really effectively protect our public schools?
I don't think they want to. I think Rahm Emanuel says he does. I haven't seen any evidence of that. But I think one of the things we haven't considered and that we need to consider is who really controls the TIF funds. So if you're in a ward, does that alderman have control of those funds or not? Why do developers assume that as soon as they come into a place that they're going to have built into their budget money coming from the city? If you're a private developer, why aren't you developing privately? So I think they want it both ways. They want public assets shifted to private corporations. We're seeing this takeover of our democracy by corporate America, and it's been going on for 25 solid years. And they have a plan, and it's working. And while we're being distracted by the silliness that happens in Washington and Springfield, for that matter, things are going on behind closed doors that we need the disinfectant of sunshine. We need some real transparency to how these decisions get made. And until we see that, our democracy's under siege.
Okay, and for our viewers who perhaps maybe some of them who choose not to get involved or perhaps feel like if they get involved it's not going to lead to anything, what do you want to say to people who are perhaps sitting on the sidelines choosing not to help or get involved?
Well, I think they have to realize that when you don't vote, even if you don't like, because I've heard a lot of my members tell me, I'm voting for lesser of two evils, I'm tired of that. And I understand it, but it's gotten us real evil, though. So we have to make a decision about how we want to do this. Do we want to do it, or we need to make third parties stronger? So you can't just sit on the sidelines. If you do want a third party, then let's support one. Let's start picking off smaller offices, those what they call the down ballot offices. Let's do that. Let's take them. But you have to build. You just can't shoot for the top, and then if you don't hit it, then you're like, I'm disappointed it didn't work. So the key is little by little. A school board election in this spot, water reclamation in this spot, all these things add up. So we have to get some wins for third parties.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining Hard Lens Media. That's a great note to end it on. And to all our viewers and subscribers, peace, everyone.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.